The diner smelled of burnt toast and cheap coffee, but to Emily, it was heaven. She sat in the corner booth, her two little kids, Liam, Ian and Sophie, 4, beside her. Their plates held one shared meal, a single burger cut into 3 parts and 1 small cup of fries. Emily smiled through her exhaustion, pretending it was enough. "Eat slowly, baby," she said softly, pushing more fries towards Sophie. She hadn't eaten properly in 2 days. The rent was due, her car had broken down, and her paycheck from the grocery store barely covered food. Yet she smiled for her kids. She couldn't let them see her pain. From the other side of the diner, a man in a tailored navy suit watched quietly. His name was Ethan Cole, billionaire CEO of Cole Industries, one of the biggest food chains in the country. But right now, he didn't look like a billionaire. He looked human. Ethan had stopped by that small-town diner on his way back from a business meeting, hoping for a moment of silence away from boardrooms and fake smiles. But the sight before him, this mother dividing one meal among her children, stirred. Something deep inside him, he remembered his own mother, working double shifts as a waitress, sneaking leftover food home so he could eat. He knew that kind of struggle. The kind that bruises your pride but keeps your heart full of love. When the waitress came to refill his coffee, Ethan whispered, "Don't make it obvious, but bring them whatever they want. On me." Minutes later, Emily's eyes widened as the waitress placed plates of pancakes, sandwiches, and milkshakes on their table. "Ma'am, there must be a mistake," she stammered. The waitress smiled. "Someone wanted you to have this. Said the world needs more moms like you." Emily's throat tightened. She looked around, but couldn't spot anyone who looked like a someone. Her eyes misted. For the first time in months, her kids were eating without hunger in their eyes. From the corner, Ethan watched her smile, a real, grateful smile, and quietly left cash for the meal. But something about her stayed with him. The kindness he gave wasn't enough. He didn't just want to feed her once. He wanted to change her life. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The image of Emily and her children haunted him. He had donated millions to charities, but this was different. Her face wasn't just another name on a donation list. She was real. The next morning, he called his assistant. "Find that diner on Route 47, he ordered. "And the woman with 2 kids who ate there last night. I want to know who she is." His assistant hesitated. "Sir, that might take some time." "Then start now." Meanwhile, Emily was walking her kids to school. Her stomach ached from skipping dinner again, but her heart felt lighter. She kept thinking about the stranger's kindness. It reminded her that maybe not everyone had forgotten about good. By evening, Ethan's assistant returned. "Her name's Emily Dawson. Single mom, works at Brooks Grocery, lives in a small apartment on 8th Street. Struggling with bills." Ethan nodded, his mind made up. "I'm going to see her." When he arrived at her neighborhood, a run-down block with flickering streetlights and cracked sidewalks, he stepped out of his sleek black car and drew quiet stairs. He found Emily sitting outside with her kids, reading them a bedtime story under the dim glow of a porch light. "Excuse me," he said gently. "I think we met at the diner yesterday." Emily looked up startled. "Oh, you were there?" He smiled. "Yes, I saw what you did for your kids. It was incredible." She blushed, embarrassed. "It's nothing. I just try my best." Ethan looked at her with a softness that felt rare for a man of his world. "You're doing more than your best. You're doing everything." They talked for nearly an hour, about her job, her kids, her dreams. She confessed she'd once wanted to open her own bakery but gave up when life got hard. Ethan listened carefully, not as a billionaire, but as someone who understood broken dreams. When he left, Emily didn't know that conversation would change everything. The next morning, she received a letter slipped under her door. It was from Cole Industries. Inside was a job offer, manager, at a new bakery project with daycare, benefits, and a generous salary. She thought it was a mistake, until she saw a note at the bottom. "You believed in your kids when life gave you nothing. Now let me believe in you. AC." A month later, the grand opening of Sophie's Bakery lit up the town. The bakery, named after Emily's daughter, was fully funded by Cole Industries, but managed entirely by Emily. She stood outside in her new uniform, tears glistening in her eyes. Her kids clapped, their faces bright with pride. The same man who had once silently paid for her meal now stood beside her, smiling. Ethan stepped up to the microphone as reporters gathered. "I built companies," he said, "but people like Emily build hope. I saw a mom share one meal with her kids and realized the world needs more hearts like hers." Emily tried to speak but choked up. "You didn't just give me a job, Mr. Cole. You gave my kids a future." The crowd applauded. Even the toughest business reporters wiped their eyes. After the event, as the crowd dispersed, Ethan knelt beside Sophie and Liam. "Take care of your mom, okay?" Liam nodded solemnly. "We will, sir." As Ethan turned to leave, Emily stopped him. "Why me? You could have helped anyone." He smiled softly. "Because once someone helped my mom the same way, and I promised I'd return that kindness when I met someone who deserved it." Emily covered her mouth, tears spilling freely. "Thank you," she whispered. Ethan shook his head. "No, Emily, thank you. You reminded me what real success looks like." Weeks turned into months, and Sophie's Bakery became the heart of the community, a place where people felt seen, where struggling moms found part-time work, and where every child got a free cookie after school. Ethan visited often, not as a billionaire, but as a friend, and every time he saw Emily laughing with her customers, he realized something profound. Sometimes, the richest people aren't those with money. They're the ones who give hope when the world takes everything else away. And so, from one shared meal came a lifetime of kindness, proof that humanity, no matter how broken the world gets, still has the power to heal hearts.